I'm Gab, he's Jules. Blue skies over West London. Jules, there's so much going on this weekend. It's not
Incredible
even funny.
weekend.
We have Juventus against Inter. We have Arsenal against Liverpool. First real test for Liverpool this season. It's not me talking. It's Arne Slot. Sorry, Milan. Juventus against Inter. How about that?
Yes.
But obviously there's one place to start, and it is the Clasico. Real Madrid absolutely road graded in terms of the final score. Finishes 4-0. Lewandowski missed 2 sitters in addition to 2 goals that he scored. It could have easily been 6. This game could have taken a different turn in the first half. Look, it's a game of episodes, right? And situations. Some of those offsides, some of those chances that Real Madrid had, we're down to millimeters, but it doesn't change the fact. And this is maybe a Madridista view. It doesn't change the fact of what happened in the second half. And Flick played an absolute blinder. And I think he needs all the credit in the world for the way he interpreted the game, for the way he changed it with De Jong. You know, initially he blunts them with Fermin Torres running around. Then you have De Jong, you have more control. And the way they kept catching them offside.
Yeah, I mean, the offside trap was obviously super efficient, especially against Mbappe. I think it's as good from Barcelona as it is as bad from Real Madrid not to have adjusted to it. But I think Flick was just outstanding. To be intense in the first half with Fermin Lopez when they had to be intense, and then to have all the control, not all the control, but a lot of control with Frankie de Jong at halftime in the second half was great. The first goal obviously decides everything. If Vini scores his big chance in the first half when he comes inside, that changes everything. But once Barca go 1-0 up, then you know that Real Madrid were quite cautious without the ball, not to be done on transition, not like Bayern Munich, for example. After the 1-0, then they have to chase the game, and then they open up. And after that, it's an absolute treat for Barcelona and Rafinha, Lamine, and Lewandowski. So everything just worked perfectly for Barcelona. On another day, it might have been different, but on this day, on Saturday, it was just all going their way.
6 points clear at the top of the table, and obviously they'll almost certainly have the head-to-head. That's huge. There's a lot to say about Hansi Flick and Barcelona, top to bottom. But I think, and I just don't want to be negative here, but I think this was a game in which everything went wrong for Real Madrid.
Pretty much.
And it's not just the mistakes, the Vini chance, Mbappe going offside all the time. Kind of ironic that, you know, on the day there is the presumptive Ballon d'Or winner and the best paid player in the world or thereabouts in Kylian Mbappe. Both those guys do not turn up on the big stage.
Yeah, I think it was more damaging for Kylian, obviously, because it was his first Clasico, because he really wanted to do well and he turned it into an absolute nightmare for him. I think the offsides, he had to be more clever at times in how he makes his run. And for example, there was not enough diagonal runs. It was all very vertical, which is easier for a defensive line to catch you offside. I think the passing was poor because there's a few of the offside where if the ball is released a little bit earlier, he's onside. So it's not all Kylian's fault, but yeah, that can't happen. I mean, it's a record, isn't it? Ibrahimovic and Ciro Immobile, the only 2 other players since Opta gets the stats for offside. I've had 8 in a game. It's outrageous.
I think that's because they probably weren't tracking back when Pippo Inzaghi was playing.
Yeah, that started 10 years ago. True.
One of the indictments I think that you have to chuck at Ancelotti, or some people will chuck at Ancelotti, is that this Madrid side, we're now nearly November, and this is still a team built around moments, right?
Yeah.
A team built around great Courtois saves, and by the way, I think he was missed tonight. A team that's or your great players doing something special at the other end, not just the front 2, but Valverde, Bellingham. He opted for kind of a safety-first approach, essentially, with that 4-4-2.
Yeah.
And it was like the strategy is, let's just wait for those 2 guys up there to do something. Is it fair? Should you say that at this stage you need to have more of an identity, more of a way of playing? Or do we give him a pass because Kroos has left and because Modric is literally the oldest player in the history of Real Madrid?
Yeah, but this is... So in the last 6 games, Real Madrid have been outplayed and out XG'd by the opposition. So
Yeah.
Celta Vigo, Villarreal, Stuttgart. It was just that bad. And I think there's a problem in the way this team sets up and plays, and that's on Ancelotti.
And, well, I think it's also in the way the squad is constructed and in the lack of that Kroos, Modric in his prime figure. But we're going to break this down a lot further on the Gab and Juls podcast.